guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra, welcome. Today we will be talking about the Child Mandalorian palette from Colourpop. So I ordered this palette the second it was released on Colourpop's website, and this is the first time I've done that. I haven't done that before for Colourpop. There are other palettes I really like, but sitting there and waiting till it was release time I was never really inspired to do that for any other palette, except for this one. I am a fan of Star Wars, so that added a little bit to it, but I will tell you it's mainly because of the inside. The colors that are in this palette really spoke to me, irregardless that it is the little baby Yoda, or child as they call him. So let's dive into the palette. Now, the palette itself is pretty sturdy cardboard. It does come with a mirror. I don't want to blind you guys. Let's see if I can do this. So it comes with a mirror, and if you can see, there's little baby Yoda, hopefully that's focusing, little baby Yoda there, and then all the colors. On the back, it also has the color names, as well as in the palette itself has the color names, and none of the colors had any eyeshadow warnings, so they are all safe for your eyes, which is great. I have a few palettes that I really love from Colourpop that I didn't realize until after I bought them that there were unsafe eyeshadows, meaning that there's probably glitter particles in there that shouldn't be near your eye, but if you use it cautiously, you can wear it. Also, certain reds are unsafe because they can stain your eye. I am okay with the reds. It's the glitters that I'm frightened about. I don't want to cut my eyeball. TMI. So I tend to steer away from those kinds of palettes, and I'm so happy that there are absolutely no unsafe eye warnings on the back. Hopefully this is focusing. This palette is absolutely amazing. The graphics on the front are really nice. They're raised, so you can feel certain things on the front, like Baby Yoda's raised, baby's eyebrows are raised, the hair, there's little dots on here. I think it is a really well-made packaging. Even the back has some raised parts to it. I think it's just phenomenal packaging. It does come with a really strong magnet, as most of their palettes do. And then, like I said, there's a mirror, and then on the inside, they added this little, like, Baby Yoda, and it says, "Cutest in the Galaxy." So hopefully you guys can see that. So let's dive into the shades. Today I am wearing just this palette on my eyes, and I absolutely love it. I have hazel eyes, so I think this really works for my eye tone, my eye color. It brings out the brown and the green. I was thinking that this palette, most of these colors would just bring out the green since it is green heavy, but there are browns that really work with my eye color, so the Just Like a Tatooine is all over my eyelid. Then I added a little bit of Droid Protocol in my V and corner, my crease color. Then I added a layer of Little Frog, and to top it off I put some Sipping Soup right on top with my finger, and in the corner and under my brow bone, or on my brow bone, I put Precious Cargo. These swatch absolutely amazingly. I will say the only problem I had swatching is the Just Like a Tatooine color. That is the only color that was a little bit streaky to swatch. I was okay with that though, because you can build it up. A lot of these mattes, you get 4 true mattes in this palette. A lot of the mattes are really soft, which is nice if you want to build it up to a certain point. You can build it up and make it very strong, or you can keep it soft, and I kind of like that style where you can make it your own versus, you know, relying on the mattes being so bold. So Just Like a Tatooine, Babyface, Float Your Crib, and Droid Protocol are all true mattes. Right Hand Mando and Sipping Soup are sort of satiny. Little Frog is another one that I was so surprised about. It is a matte with glitter inside of it. I I'm never really big into those mattes with glitter. It just doesn't make any sense to me, especially the black. When a company comes out with a black that has glitter in it, I just don't like those. But this one I absolutely loved. Hopefully you guys can see that. But I just loved that shadow. They swatch amazingly with the finger, and they do a fantastic job with brushes. I think this palette is absolutely great. I am blown away by the thought and care that went into this palette from Colourpop. A lot of their palettes, because they come out with new collections it's gotta be every week or two now. And I don't know if they're making up for lost time or if that's just what they're doing because it's like fast fashion makeup nowadays. But I can see that they took a lot of time and care and careful consideration with this palette. They honestly did, because they could have certainly phoned it in, put a bunch of greens in there, you know, made one matte, one satin, one glitter, one not safe for your eyes with glitter, and it could have been done, and they would have sold a ton of palettes. This palette is carefully picked out. I can tell they put some thought into it, and Disney probably had a hand. I don't know, maybe ask them to think about it. I think if you can get your hands on this palette, please do. It is worth the money. It is worth your time. If you like these shades, they are a bit muted. If you're not into greens, this might not be your palette. I will say there's a bit of everything. There's a bit of everything for everybody in this palette. So let's look at some swatches. The first swatch we have is the entire palette down my arm. I love how this swatches. It blows my mind kind of how good these swatch with just my fingertip. And they actually swatch really well with brushes. I was amazed when I was doing my eye look today because I wasn't expecting it to be as pigmented as it was. The first row on my hand is Precious Cargo, Right Hand Mando, and Just Like a Tatooine. My second row of swatches is Sipping Soup, Babyface, and The Force. And the last row on my hand is Little Frog, Float Your Crib, and Droid Protocol. I will say the shade The Force is something completely different than what I've seen. At first I thought it was one of those not safe for eyes, but it's not. And it's not exactly a Super Shock shadow either. So I'm not entirely sure what kind of shadow it is. I hope it doesn't dry out. That's my one issue because there is a Super Shock in here. It is the Precious Cargo one. I'm a little worried it'll dry out unless I keep it completely closed down all the time. I'm a little worried about that. But other than that, I think it's great. You guys, I think this palette is absolutely phenomenal. And I honestly very rarely say that about palettes from Colourpop that are crossovers with other companies. I think this palette is beautiful, and if you like these shades and tones, if you like greens, if you like browns, this palette is absolutely for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments if you're going to get this palette, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.